we are talking about love. So please, Emiliano, tell me, are you in love?
No, not right now.
Okay, well, you know, it sometimes love is thought about being in love with a person, but we can
Yes.
be in love of our job. We can be in love with uh, our hobby, with our family, with life. It can be different kinds of love. Isn't there anything that you love, Emiliano?
Uh, yes, I love my family and my dogs.
Excellent. That's beautiful. All right. Thank you very much. Isaac, tell us, are you in love?
Yes, in fact, I am in love with my wife. I am still in love with my wife. We have 25 years married, and I am still in love with her.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
That's wonderful.
yeah. I
Congratulations
love,
to
I
you.
love, I love my family, my two sons and my little daughter. So I am in love with my job, with my healthy because I am a healthy man. There are many things to be in love with.
Hey, and to be thankful because you are so lucky to have many things that you
Mhm.
are maybe proud of and that you are happy about. So yes, congratulations to you. All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. Angelica, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank
I'm
you.
okay. I'm okay, thank you.
Excellent. And yes,
Oh, well, about the question, yes, I'm in love with my family, with my husband, and basically, it's the people who I feel in love with.
excellent. Beautiful. Thank you very much. All right. Chris, tell me, are you in love?
Yeah, I'm in love with my family and with the life.
Hey, that's wonderful. That's
I
beautiful.
I have a question.
Yes.
What's the difference between fall in love and be in love?
Fall in love is the process whenever you are beginning to be
Okay,
in love. And be in love is the state, um, the period or the time when you are in love with somebody.
okay, thank you.
My pleasure. All right. Yes, that's wonderful to be in love, to be in love with life, to be in love with family, to be in love with your job, of course. And even as you said, uh, Isaac said that to be in love with his health because he's a very healthy person. And wow, that's so wonderful. Yes, it is something that we should appreciate. Jennifer, welcome. Jenny, hello. Jenny, hello. Can you listen to me? Jennifer, can you listen to us? Maybe she can't listen to us. Oh yeah, you know what? She's having some problems with her connectivity. But well, she will be back in some minutes, I guess. All right, let's go to the next vocabulary exponents. Do you know any of them, or no more? I mean, do you want to know what some of them mean?
Um, I don't know. Boom.
Uh,
Well, boom is a yes, it's just the expression of boom.
yeah, could you please
Okay,
mark it?
okay. Let me. Eh,
Aha,
eh, wait. Yes.
boom. Ah, that's it. Yes, you know what? It means something like whenever something appears, an
Okay.
reaction, it's like a boom.
I I I sometimes I confuse when to use just and when to use like.
Just is whenever you are going to mark that something is the point, at the point of something. For example, when you say I was just to say, it's estuve a punto de decir. And whenever you say like, and you use it as a comparative, you are telling that you compared to something what you said. For example,
Okay.
it is like this, no? Es como esto.
Mhm.
Like,
Okay.
all right, thank you. Anybody else? No, no more?
Mm, 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 ish. Silly. It's like it's um. How can I say? Well, it's like a stupid.
Yeah,
Yes.
whenever, for example, whenever we are happy, extremely happy, sometimes we are very silly because we love of everything and we do very simple jokes and we are so,
Okay.
we are so silly, and even somebody could tell us, hey, don't be silly, please. So simple.
It's like tontuelo.
Aha, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. All right, anybody else?
Mm. Hua. What
uh,
does hua mean?
it's an interjection. You
Ah,
know, an interjection is not a word, it's an expression. It's like whenever you say wow,
yeah.
or
Thank
whenever
you.
you say ouch.
Ah, good.
Okay, okay, anything else?
Hopeless uh, is
Without hope.
like it's as fate.
It's with no hope of
With
something.
hope. Exactly.
Hope, yes, with no hope. For example, whenever you feel that everything is lost and that
You feel
there's
hopeless.
nothing else to do, you are hopeless.
Okay.
Mhm.
You're hopeless or you feel hopeless.
You are hopeless.
Ah, okay.
Yes,
And
because the suffix less is no things, something like that, no? So
mhm,
wireless, motherless, fireless, is happy, no?
that's
Less.
it.
Yes,
Whenever you are a fearless person, is because you have no fear.
have no fear. Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. All right, pretty good.
Mhm.
So, well, I don't think that there could be any other word. Here I have another interjection.
Mhm.
Uh, Let me mark it. Just give me a moment. Here. Okay, another very common, so common interjection is this one. Oh,
Oh, oh,
that's similar to wow.
wow.
Wow,
Mm.
wow. Where is it? Oh my, there is a very big one here. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
here,
Ah, yes.
and here it is another oh.
Uh-huh. Oh.
The three of them are interjections.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, let's go to the next image.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, give me a moment. You know what? My mouse is not working pretty well.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Thank you very much. All right, here you are. You know what? Here we have some expressions, some posts. It is something like a popular knowledge, popular wisdom. I don't know what you think about it. If you consider that it is true or not. They say that a jealous woman does better research than FBI. Is it true?
I, I
What
think
do you,
so.
yeah, do you
Women are
think
dangerous.
so?
Yes, no, it's. I think we have to be careful with that situation with a jealous woman because I am, well, I think it is true that a jealous woman is even better researcher than, than FBI. Yes.
Yeah, it can be. All right. So, Angelica, what do you think about it?
Well, I'm pretty sure it is true, but at the same time, I think that men do the same thing. If they really want to know something, I'm pretty sure that they can be very good researchers.
Yeah, it could be. All right. Thank you very much. And so, Emiliano, what do you think about it?
I agree with Angelica.
Hey, great. Chris, what do you think?
Well, I think it's true because when one of the part wants to know something about the other person, uh, that that is that person is going to search and search and search until found something.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? I think that it is true because maybe in this case, yellows is the motivation for
Mhm.
getting some information that we want, that we request. Yeah, it could be. All right, Maru, welcome. How are you? Hello, Maru. Well, I guess that she's adjusting her microphone. All right, now let's go to the next slide. Well, the next image. Here we are. They say that the most dangerous in this world is a silent, smiling woman. So, what do you think about it?
It is a menace. It is a threat, I think, because when a woman is smiling, it is because maybe she's thinking how she's going to act. Now, if she is angry at someone, she doesn't act the same at the moment, but she's thinking her plan how she's going to act with intelligence. That's why they say that a woman is more intelligent than a man because women think first and then act. That's why I think it's very dangerous. It's a very dangerous thing in the world. A silent, smiling woman because she's thinking her plan with intelligence, I think.
Oh my, all right. Okay, so what do you think about it, Chris?
Well, I think it's true too, because maybe it could be a warning for the man.
Yeah, like, aha. Oh my. All right, Emiliano, what do you think?
Yes, I agree with Chris. Maybe they they don't say anything, but they are thinking. Meanwhile, they smile, and you don't know what is happening
Oh my.
because it's isn't words between.
Yeah, it can be. All right, so Angelica, what do you think?
Well, I think it's true in certain cases, but not all the time. There are some exceptions, or it doesn't apply all the time.
Mm,
Not necessarily when you're smiling is because you're planning something or trying to get something. Hello?
yeah, you know what? We don't
Hello?
listen. Well, Angie, are you there?
Yes? Yes,
Well,
I'm here.
you know what?
Hello?
Sometimes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, excellent. You know what happened? That suddenly we couldn't listen to you.
Oh,
Uh,
probably it's the connection.
yeah, it may be your connection, but yes, we could
It
catch.
must be the connection.
Yeah, it can be. But you know what? We could catch the sense of what you were saying.
Okay. Then what I was saying is that sometimes it's true, but not always. In some cases, it doesn't apply, or not all the time, because sometimes it is just honest smile. But sometimes it could be that we want something in change, or we want to get
Uh-huh.
something. Uh-huh.
In something in return.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what? Whenever I am silently smiling, it means that I am saying, uh-huh, of course, why not? If you say so. So when I am silently smiling, my children used to say, "Mommy, don't get angry. Mommy, think twice." All right. So, Maru, what do you think about it?
She has her microphone muted.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it is not working, I guess. Uh, I hope that she can listen to us. Maru, if you can listen to us, please send me a message by the chat so that I can help you with your microphone. All right? Uh-huh. All right. So, in the meantime, please let's work with this one. Here they say that cuddling triggers a reaction in the brain similar to taking painkillers. What do you think about it?
It can be true. For example, it depends because if, for example, my wife stroke stroke my hair with love, my reaction can be good because I know that she's demonstrating that she loves me. But if it is a coding with hypocrisy, I think it is not good. Human beings can react to what he or she feels. No?
What we can Okay, so what's your opinion, Angelica?
was well, yes, I think it's true. I think it is very important, especially when you are sick. It is just excellent
Uh-huh.
when someone is close to you, and it always makes you feel better.
That's it. It is. That's why they say that it's similar to taking painkillers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and what do you think about it, Emiliano?
Um, yes, it's true because you you feel in some way you can feel with um, other things or doing activities. Um, I mean when you feel bad and somewhere calling you, you feel good, but you don't know why, and maybe you don't need anything. Um, yes, I think it's true.
Okay. And so, you know what? I heard that whenever we cuddle anybody, we can, well, our brain sends a message to our hormones to produce some substances, for example, dopamine, serotonin, melatonin, that makes our body to work much better and that it gives a feeling of wealth, of we can feel much better. We can stop feeling pain, and even they said also that it is because our brain got in what we are feeling in that moment, and so it is like distracted of feeling that pain. So, what do you think about it?
It's a relief. It can be something good for the body because as you have just said, it is just like a painkiller. Because if you feel bad, if you are unhappy, or you have a problem and somebody calling you, obviously this reaction is going to be in our brains, and we're going to feel even better because we we feel that we are understood by the other people.
Hey, that's it. That's excellent. All right. Anybody else?
Um, I think, well, the humans are emotional are emotional animals, and they live in societies with other persons. And yes, that I think that's why cooling can be like painkillers, because the environment. mm, I don't know how to conceptualize it. It, I mean, um, we can obtain some satisfaction with interact with others, and that's why the coolings um, work in that way.
Hey, that's it. Yes, thank you very much. All right. So, you know what? Here I have another post. They say that never fighting with your partner is a sign of distance. It shows that you don't really know each other, according to couple therapists. Isaac, what do you think about it?
Well, the situation here is different because the other day I was talking to a psychologist, and she told me that when we are boy and girlfriends, it's not good to fight at the beginning because we are going to just to we are going to get used to fighting several times we married. That's why the main idea is not to fight with our partner. We have to show respect to our couple or to our partner. Well, I don't agree to fight. Fighting is the beginning of a bad relationship, I think. It's my opinion.
All right, thank you very much. Emiliano, what do you think about it?
I agree, because when you be in a relationship, you know better the other person, and as all in all relationships, you have difference with the other, and that difference doesn't mean you can be with that person, but sometimes uh, are as point breaks. I don't know how to say it.
A break
Uh,
point?
break points, because you need to learn how to interact with that person with respect. And I don't know, it's complicated. I think yet the fighting is a part in all the relationships, but when it becomes something constantly or day to day, yeah, it's dangerous, because maybe the solution, um, well, maybe they don't looking for a solution. But yeah, I agree. It You fight with the person, with your partner sometimes.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. So, Angelica, what do you think about it?
Well, actually, I agree with you. I don't know your name, the last person who was speaking, but I
Emiliano.
agree, Emiliano. Okay, I agree with you. I think it is even healthy to fight. I mean, but it depends. I mean, maybe to have just a discussion or
Yeah, an argument.
an argument, time to time, because you cannot always agree about everything. It is not real. At least that one of them, one of the people in the relationship, it is really stronger than the other one. Talking about emotionally, uh, but in a normal relationship, I think that you cannot agree all the time. Then it is even healthy to discuss or to to
Argue,
yes, to argue and to, how do you say,
to
to
agree
fight.
to disagree.
No, no, yes, to discuss about your point of view. How do you say, to defend,
Uh-huh.
to defend your point of view. Time to time, it is okay, and it depends on the fight, because if it is a really bad one, when you are insulting the other person, then that's bad. But just a normal fight where you are just defending your point of view, I think it's okay.
Yeah, you're right. There's a little confusion sometimes about an argument and a fight. If
That's
we,
true. Mhm.
yeah, that's it. To fight means, well, for me, in my point of view, it means violence. But whenever we have an argument, it means that we are taking agreements, that we are showing our differences, and then we are clarifying our points of view and
Okay.
taking an agreement about anything important.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
right.
agree. Hmm.
Okay. And you know what? Here I have something so curious for me. They say that 65% of people tilt their heads to the right when kissing. What do you think about it, Maru? What's your opinion?
Hello, what's mean tilt?
Tilt is whenever we move our head to one side and stay in that position.
Okay, their head to the right. Um, I don't catch the concept. What's meaning that?
Yeah, cuando dejamos caer nuestra cabeza hacia un lado, when we tilt, they say that 65 of people tilt their heads to the right at the moment to kiss anybody else.
Well, I would like to give my opinion about the last square about never fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's because I don't agree with the concept of fighting. I think that in a relationship or in a couple, they have uh, we have to establish communication. I don't call it fighting because personally here at home with my husband, we never fighting. We are in constant communication. We have um, different opinion, but it doesn't mean that it's a fighting. So I do not accept that concept
That's
because
it.
if we are person, we have to show respect, love, and say fighting is because you don't want that people or you don't love, and you feel nothing to upset that person. So it's a for me isn't a good concept to say that if you don't fight with the people, you don't love him or love her.
That's it. Yes, I totally agree with you. I think that the term fight is not
Yes,
most correct. I would say argument, I would say discussion.
negotiation with
Yep,
something that you want to do.
that's so sensible. Negotiation. I guess that it is the point to negotiate.
So yes, we all time are negotiate. Is a lot of things at home and in social life, many other things.
Yes, that's it. Thank you very much. Yes, and what do you think about this other idea that 65% of people tilt their heads to the right when kissing? Do you think it is true?
I don't know.
Okay, so I think that we don't pay attention too much to that.
Yes.
All right, so what about you, Angie? What do you think about this, the 75%?
Probably the other 45% is because they are left hand. Is that
Left,
correct?
yeah, the lefties.
Exactly.
It could be. All right, so Emiliano, what do you think about it? Emiliano, hello. Don't be shy.
And it's not 45, it's 35, by the way.
Yeah, that's it. All right, Isaac, what do you think about it?
Well, I don't know if the percentage is correct. 65%. I don't know. Maybe it can be more. Maybe 85%, 90%, or less. I don't know. It is a complicated. It is not a question, but it's complicated to talk about it. However, it can be right that 65 of people uh, tilt their heads when they write when kissing, but I am not sure if the percentage is correct.
Yeah, all right, thank you very
Can
much.
you hear me?
Yes, Emiliano, now we
Okay.
can hear you.
Yes, I said that till now I have never think in that fact, but yes, I agree with Isaac in the well, maybe the percentage is not exactly or correct, or I don't know. I never think in that.
Yeah, you have never thought about that percentage.
Mhm.
Yes,
Well, I guess that not only the percentage, but also the action. When I saw that, I said, to tilt? Who paid attention to that?
yes, that's right.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so let's go to the next image. It is going to be a nice one. Here they say that we are shaped and fashioned by those we love. What do you think about it? Is it true?
Well,
Well, in what sense fashionably it's used?
Uh, because sometimes we follow some trends because of,
Ah, okay.
yeah, for example, I will give you an example. My son, my youngest son plays the guitar, and when he learned how to play it, he began listening to some rock bands. Actually, I didn't like very much rock, but whenever he started playing the guitar, he began listening to AC/DC, to Led Zeppelin, to Queen. And so I paid more attention to that music and I really loved it. Nowadays, I really love rock. But before my son began playing the guitar, it was not my best. So I was fashioned by my son.
Ah,
yes,
okay.
yes,
Thank you.
yes, teacher. I think that when we love somebody, we want to show the best of us because we love that person. We want them to see the best of us. That's why we are shaped and fashioned. We put our best clothes on, and we comb our hair, and we put some perfume, and we want to be okay because we want the person who love we want her to see the best of us.
All right, thank you.
I
Okay,
I
so yes.
I agree with the code because when we live with a person we love, uh, we start to interact with the other person and we acquire some customs from them, and they and she or he acquires some customs of us, and yes, maybe we change the way we do the things or some I don't know some habits,
Some uses.
some uses, and yes, maybe we with the time we are shaped by that person or by those person.
Yes, that's it. That's the point. All right, thank you, Emiliano. Maru, what do you think about it?
Well, I agree with that concept. Yes, I think that people is very influenceable about others, above all if you love them. So they that kind of people are role models for us, and we admire them because we love them. So that is true.
That's it, yes. And so, Angelica, what do you think about it?
I'm not sure. I'm still thinking. Um, Probably at the beginning, when we want that person like us, then probably in that way we are a little bit fake because we are trying to change some things in order to that person like us. But it is the opposite too. That because that person is making the same probably and getting some things from us, and over the time, it's just that you have so many things in common, and probably you become the same, not the same thing, but the same style, let's say.
Yeah, it may be. You know what? I remember that time ago when I was single. Well, now let me tell you that now I am divorced, almost 15 years ago. But the people who knew me before, when I was married, they told me, "Hey, Maggie, how you have changed it? You are not the same person I met." And I said, "Well, why?" And because they told me, because whenever we were single, I remember that you didn't used to like this thing, and now you do. You didn't used to do this other thing, and now you do. Or you used to do this, and now you don't do it. So, yes, I was shaped and I was fashioned, not completely, of course, but I learned many things from my ex-husband, and some of them were so positive, and so I liked them, so I adopted them, and some others were negative, so I didn't take them. But in a way, I was shaped by him. And so, well, yes, as you said, Angelica, I think that sometimes it is not the point to stop being original or to lose our personality, but to adopt some things that we like or that we consider that are valuable or that are good to do or nice, maybe not just fashioned, they are nice, and that's it.
Yes,
Yes,
I
true.
agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
And tell me, Isaac, were
Yes,
you
me.
shaped or were you fashioned by your wife when you got married? Was it difficult?
Yes, Miss, this is exactly what we were talking about a short time ago. Where I think we have to have communication. It is true that when we are single, we are going to show the best of us to the other person so that we can conquer the person. And it is obvious that we are going to change when we are going to be older. We are not going to be the same person. It is very important to take into account when we are a boy and girl friends that when we are young, we are going to show the best of us. And we need to have more communication in that aspect, I think.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
so, what about you, Emiliano? Were you shaped and fashioned, and was it difficult?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Were you shaped and fashioned by your wife when you got married, and was it
Uh,
difficult for you?
well, I'm not married yet, but
Oh, yeah.
when I been in a relationship, yes, I was shaped in some way. I used to go to the park, so I don't know, be more sociable. How can I say socially?
Sociable.
Sociable.
Sociable,
Mhm.
and I watch some kind of movies or things that yes, I were shaped in some way.
Yeah, okay. And what about you, Angelica?
Mm, Yes, I think that it has happened to me. But as you said, the most of the times has been positive things, the kind of things that you discover and you say, oh, this is good. Why not? Or maybe you don't even think about it, you just adopt them. Then when you realize, well, it is there, but maybe not exactly in the way that you dress, but maybe in the kind of things that you do as a hobby. Maybe even if you are with a person, for example, I'm not exactly the person who likes to exercise, but probably when you are with a person who likes exercise, then you start practicing and it's good for you. It is something that you can adopt and it is good, right?
Okay, pretty good. Thank you. Maru, what do you think about it?
Well, I agree with you and with Angie because that's true. It happened to me. I I adopted many behaviors of, well, some behaviors of my husband. Above all, that could grow me up, and that I consider that they were good. So in that way, I adopted and I continue practicing. And I think that my husband happened the same to me. He adopted many behaviors from me, and this is a good way to continue walking in a harmony, like a couple, like a marriage. And we have to share everything of us, the better of us, and we talk in that way. If I something that you don't like to me, I have to transform in a little bit. It's difficult because you have that culture from your family. But each day we are talking about this, and we are in a constant communication. And I think each day we are changing something in a good goal to our family. So I think we change a little by little, without lost our personality, because the family know in a way. But it's interesting to accept and adopt that changes.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? Something that happened to me was so curious and so nice because I remember that when I was a little girl, my mommy didn't like to eat fruit because she didn't eat it when she was a little girl. So she didn't know what were the benefits of eating fruit. And so she said, no, I don't like it because it makes my stomach to have a bad reaction. So later on, when I got married, my ex-husband was very, well, he was very smart about food. And so he was all of the time asking for all the family to eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit. And so it was pretty good habit. But for me, although I consider that it was very good, my stomach didn't stand it as it should. So it was difficult for me to get used to eat fruit before eating, before the principal meal. But little by little, my body reacted in a positive way. And so I could, and even because I thought that it was necessary for children. So if I didn't have the habit since family, well, it didn't mean that my children were also going to have that kind of a food culture.
Exactly, it's a culture from children. We need to have this culture of eating fruit, vegetables.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, and so tell me, Maru, what are the most difficult things that you consider that you have spent in your marriage?
Oh, that's changes in my life. It's very, very difficult. Accept that maybe you don't have the reason. It's very difficult. But if you think with and you analyze the situation, maybe you can accept that you are wrong, and the other person have have to live the same situation. So it's tolerance. We have to be very tolerant, and with the time, I think if we are constantly in one objective, the the things happens, and it's good for everybody. So tolerance is very difficult to be patient and don't lose the main objective, main goal.
Yeah, that's it. You're right. Thank you very much, Maru.
You're
So,
welcome.
Angelica, what do you think about it? What has the most difficult thing that you have suffered in a relation?
Probably the routine, because especially when you have children, and for example, now that they are at school and I actually have 3 children, it is difficult because most of the time we are tired, we are just working so hard, then we don't have too much time for ourselves. As a couple, the most of the times we are focused on their activities, their school, and in our own job. For me, that's the most difficult part, to deal with that and to try to have time, still to have time for ourselves as a couple, and also yeah, as individuals. It is important to have at least some minutes, sometime, and sometimes, and to rest enough, to sleep enough. Sometimes it's so difficult because when you are like that, working all the time, you get stressed, and it's just easier to, okay, let's say not to fight, to argue, maybe for silly things.
Because we are,
Because what is stress, then it is easy to explode,
uh-huh.
okay, or to disagree for not important things.
Yeah, and every single little detail can cause a boom.
Exactly, exactly. Then I could say that would be the difficult part, but it is not forever.
No, of course, not forever, but yes, we have
Yeah.
experienced that. Thank you. All right, Emiliano, what about you?
Yeah, well, I think was the difference between us. Not well, we see the life in different ways, and sometimes that difference make us argue, but not so much time. But at the end, that was the reason why she want to break up with me, and is that the most difficult part in our
Mm,
relationship.
all right. Well, but fortunately, everything is solved. And well, maybe you didn't have a very good experience, but you learned a lot, and that helps you to grow up.
Yes.
Yeah, it was an experience. You know that you will see that the next time it's gonna be with more mature.
I think so.
All right. So, Isaac, what has been the difficult thing that you have lived?
I consider a lack of communication between the couple. When one of the members of the couple uh, does whatever he or she wants, the other one has to be more tolerant of his or her couple. I consider the communication is necessary and tolerance. That's my opinion, teacher.
Yeah, that's it. Well, you know what? I guess that this session has been really interesting and very nice. And
Mhm.
so, well, I want to thank you very much for your
Mhm.
attention, for your attendance, and of course, of your participation, because, well, I really enjoyed it. It was so nice.
Yes,
Mhm.
me too.
Thank you,
Yeah,
teacher.
me too. Thank you very much.
All
Thank you.
right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a very good night.
The same for
You too.
you.
The same to you.
Likewise,
Thank you.
thank you.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.